What if one mirror could show you your future? But every vision came with a terrible price.
Deep inside an abandoned mansion, hidden for more than 100 years, stood a mirror nobody dared to touch.
The villagers believed that anyone who looked into the mirror would see their future.
But every person who looked into the mirror disappeared without a trace. Days turned into years. Years became decades.
One night, a young man named Elias entered the mansion, searching for answers that nobody wanted to find.
Inside the forgotten mansion, Elias discovered a hidden room covered with dust and darkness. The walls were filled with old photographs, forgotten memories, and the faces of people who had disappeared many years ago. As he looked closer, he noticed something terrifying.
Every photograph had the same ancient mirror standing behind them. Different people, different years, but the same mirror. It was as if the mirror had been watching them all along.
With every photograph Elias examined, the mystery became darker. The people in these pictures were not strangers. They were the villagers who had disappeared one by one throughout history. And every photograph captured the moment before their lives changed forever.
But the most disturbing thing was not their disappearance. It was what happened before they vanished. Every person had looked into the mirror. After discovering the truth hidden inside the photographs, Elias knew there was only one way to find answers. He had to face the mirror. Slowly, he entered the abandoned room where the ancient mirror had been waiting for more than a century. The closer he walked, the colder the room became. And then, the mirror started showing something that was impossible. When Elias looked into the mirror, he did not see his own reflection. Instead, he saw a version of himself that should not exist. An older Elias, standing in the same room, wearing the same clothes. The man inside the mirror looked at him as if he had been waiting for this moment for years.
The older man slowly raised his hand and touched the other side of the glass. Elias stepped closer, trying to understand what he was seeing.
But before he could ask a single question, the older version of himself whispered a warning: leave before midnight. A warning that would change everything. Elias wanted to believe that the mirror was only showing him a vision. But then he noticed something terrifying. The reflection was not following his movements anymore. The world inside the mirror was different. It was not showing the future.
It was showing another reality. A place where the mirror had complete control.
The truth finally became clear. The mirror was never created to show the future. It was created to trap people inside it. For over 100 years, every person who looked into the mirror became part of its dark world.
And now, the mirror had chosen Elias.
Elias tried to escape. He ran toward the door, but the mansion had changed. The hallway was no longer the same. Every door led back to the mirror room. The mansion itself had become part of the curse. And slowly, the mirror began pulling him closer. For centuries, the mirror was not just an ordinary object. It was created by a forgotten man who wanted to escape death.
He discovered a dark secret, a way to preserve a person's soul inside the mirror forever. But every power comes with a price.
The people who disappeared were never killed. They became prisoners inside the mirror, forced to watch the world pass by.
Elias was not chosen brave enough to uncover the truth, and now he has become part of the same mystery he was trying to solve.
Years later, the mansion still stands empty. But deep inside the ancient mirror, Elias remains trapped. He finally discovered the truth behind the curse. The people who disappeared were never killed. They became prisoners inside the mirror, forced to watch the world pass by.
Can he save the souls trapped inside? Or will the mirror search for another victim? The story does not end here. If you want to know what happens next, tell us. Should Elias return in part 2?